Mayborg was so close to getting a shot at his first Stanley Cup this year.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 examples of the Mandela Effect in sports.
What you say, man?
For this list, we'll be looking at examples of the Mandela Effect in sports. And for you hardcore sports fans, do note that you might not necessarily agree with these and believe they fall under the category of the Mandela Effect. There have been instances of misconception with these examples nonetheless. Which of the following had you second guessing? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Number 10. Metta World Peace.
What do you think about Ron Artest's choice, or should I say Metta World Peace's choice? And what name would you pick for yourself if you were going to go off the deep end and change your name?
Ridiculous. It reminds me of Prince.
So dumb.
This athlete might be one of, if not the most colorful personalities to ever play in the NBA. Next to Dennis Rodman, of course.
Y'all don't seem excited. I'm all excited. I feel like the oddball. Come on.
The fact of the matter is, the player formerly known as Ron Artest left his mark in the NBA both through his defensive prowess and several controversies.
Now Artest has jumped over the scorer's table and is trying to get down to the bench. Artest is in the stands.
One bizarre instance came when he decided to change his name to Metta World Peace in 2011.
And Metta is a Buddhist name. You want to keep attaching yourself to as many positive things as possible. When you look at my career, not being a good teammate, like Metta is like the opposite, like be a good friend, be loving, be kindness. I want to communicate, I want to be a better person, and that's pretty much what Metta means.
However, today, this is actually no longer his name. Despite keeping his first name, he actually changed it a second time in 2020, and his full name is now Metta Sandiford Artest. However, many people and outlets still refer to him as Metta World Peace, even though that's not his name. Here's to hoping there are no more name changes that would only add to the confusion.
I took my wife's last name.
So what is it?
So her last name is Sandiford and
Wait,
Artest. I got married.
Hell no.
Yeah.
You changed your name again?
I got married, now I changed my name.
Number 9. The Calvin Johnson Catch. Former Detroit Lions wide receiver Calvin Johnson has been labeled one of the greatest to ever play the position in the NFL. Arguably, his greatest performance was during a game against the Dallas Cowboys in 2013, which saw him go for 329 yards and a touchdown.
And here is Stafford's pass to Johnson, touchdown!
Because of how spectacularly Megatron played, many frequently believe this highlight reel catch took place during that game.
On first down all day for Stafford, who goes to the end zone. Jump ball, touchdown. Megatron is in for the touchdown, Calvin Johnson. That is unbelievable right there.
Only that, although that catch happened when the Lions were playing the Cowboys, it actually took place during another game back in 2011. We can understand why one would think this catch happened during the game in 2013, but it is simply not true. Number 8. The Toon Squad jersey. Alright, so this might fall under the lines of a Mandela Effect in movies, but for the sake of this list and the fact that NBA superstars are involved, we're including it.
And now, the player coach of the Toon Squad, at 6'6" from North Carolina, His Royal Highness, Michael Jordan!
Who? Is he a Looney Tune?
In the film, Michael Jordan and several Looney Tunes characters form their basketball team, the Toon Squad, to face the Monstars in a game of basketball.
Let's see if I remember how to do this.
Some assume or mistakenly remember thinking that the Toon in Toon Squad is spelled T-O-O-N, but it's actually spelled T-U-N-E. Years later, even prior to the release of the second Space Jam movie, many over social media wondered why the name was spelt that way, believing it to be a mistake, yet no error was ever actually made. Then again, perhaps the only mistake was the decision to make a second movie.
Go, vote the king!
Number 7. Miracle on Ice.
You believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable!
This victory by the U.S. men's hockey team against the Soviet Union during the 1980 Winter Olympics is not only viewed as one of the country's greatest triumphs in its sports history, but one of the most significant moments in the country's history, period.
It transcended the sport. It was a national win for the country. Couldn't have been alive and not feel wonderful about it.
But to some everyday people, due to the widespread attention that the victory has received, they often make the mistake of assuming that the U.S. captured the gold medal during this game. Only they didn't. In fact, the win allowed them to advance to the final against Finland, who they went on to beat to win gold. More emphasis is often placed on the victory against the Soviet Union due to the fact that they were favorites to win it all, and the US pulled off an upset that no one could have ever anticipated.
It made you want to hug your television set. I mean, it was that good because look what they did, how they pulled this off, and everybody felt great.
Number 6, Ray Bourque. He is among the greatest defensemen to play in the NHL, but at one point in time, he had yet to win a Stanley Cup. Having played the majority of his career with the Boston Bruins, he was shipped to the Colorado Avalanche in 2000. Soon after joining the team, he was able to finally hoist the Stanley Cup before announcing his retirement. So while there's no debate concerning this scenario, some do not remember it the exact same way. Some remember Bourque winning the Stanley Cup the season he was traded to the team. However, that season saw the Avalanche actually lose to the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Finals. Bourque and the team would only actually win the cup the following season against the New Jersey Devils. Regardless of when it happened, Bourque came out a winner in the end.
22 years in trying to accomplish that. Incredible story, an incredible feeling, just an incredible relief.
Number 5, Patrick Stefan and the missed empty net.
Stefan steals and he'll ice it. Oh, at least I thought he was gonna until he blew it. That's unbelievable. Here come the Oilers the other way, and Hemsky's loose. Hemsky, he scored! Can you believe what we just saw?
In a 2007 game between the Dallas Stars and Edmonton Oilers, which the latter seemed set to lose in the final seconds after intercepting the puck, Patrick Stefan missed an empty net. Shortly afterwards, the Oilers would reclaim possession of the puck and Ales Hemsky made the most of the opportunity. Many thought this was a great way for the Oilers to finish the season, except it didn't take place during the end of the season. Contrary to popular belief, the game actually took place in January. Not only that, but many also assumed the Oilers wound up eventually winning the game, but they in fact tied the game and went on to lose in a shootout. The unreal sequence loses luster with those facts now, doesn't it?
Here we go. Sakura. That'll do it.
Number 4, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen.
He helped me so much in the way that I approached the game, the way I played the game. Whenever they speak Michael Jordan, they should speak Scottie Pippen.
The Chicago Bulls' dominance in championship victories during the 90s is most often credited to the team's two biggest stars, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen. The duo is considered one of the greatest in NBA history, with some going so far as to compare them to Batman and Robin. Their history, their success, and being so frequently associated with one another has often led many to believe that the two must be friends and are naturally very close. However, this isn't the case.
Watching you and Michael on the court, it looked like two best friends out there just crushing everybody. What was your relationship like off the court?
It wasn't what you saw on the court. We always will have that respect for each other, but our friendship is not where people see it on TV, think it is.
In his memoir, Unguarded, Pippen went into detail stating that while both players respected one another, they were never really close and only hung out together on a few occasions. And after having made several critical comments of Jordan both in his memoir and during interviews, we don't expect a friendship between the two to blossom anytime soon.
You call Michael Jordan selfish in the first chapter. Why is that?
I mean, he was a great scorer, but a lot of things that he did was based on him as an individual. And I think basketball is a team game.
Number 3, the Chicago White Sox and the World Series. Not only is Chicago a bona fide sports town, but it is home to several championship teams. The aforementioned Bulls, the Blackhawks, the Cubs, and the Bears, and the White Sox. For whatever reason, several outlets have had a tendency to forget that the Chicago White Sox won the World Series in 2005.
Out! And the White Sox have won the World Series. Juan Uribe with a play, charging it, throwing it, and the White Sox celebrate their first title in 88 years.
In two separate instances of reporting on championship statistics, ESPN forgot to include the Chicago White Sox. In 2016, the Twitter account of CBS's morning show even shared a false fact about the city not having seen the event in 71 years. Yet in truth, when the tweet was sent, the last time the city saw a World Series was 11 years ago when the aforementioned White Sox played the Houston Astros and won the series. Perhaps we'd understand if they'd never won in 2005, but they did, and it wasn't so long ago. So where's the logic? Number 2, Jackie Robinson. This baseball legend is often most recognized as being the player who broke the color barrier in baseball, a sport that was predominantly segregated.
I don't pretend to be an expert on communism or any other kind of politicalism, but you can put me down as being an expert on being a colored American.
And while this is indeed true, this groundbreaking achievement has often led people to believe that Jackie Robinson was the first African American to ever play professional baseball, period.
At 30, he was universally regarded not only as the first black in the majors, but as a great player.
But the first player to actually do this was actually Moses Fleetwood Walker. On May 1st, 1884, Walker made history when he suited up for the Toledo Blue Stockings in a game against the Washington Nationals. Both teams were a part of the American Association of Baseball Clubs, a professional baseball league. Although he didn't play in the MLB, his contribution shouldn't be overlooked. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The Air Jordan logo.
Tell me I can no longer fly. I want you to.
The logo for this sneaker line is one of the most iconic in history. Some believe or assume the logo's silhouette is inspired and based on a slam dunk Michael Jordan pulled off from the free throw line during the NBA dunk contest in 1988.
Well, the crowd lets you know what they think of it. Now we will wait for the judges. A 48 ties, a 49 wins.
However, the truth of the matter is far less exciting. We hate to break it to you, but the inspiration behind the logo isn't from that iconic Jordan dunk. In fact, the silhouette is actually from a Nike photo shoot where one of the shots captured Jordan jumping in a position we can see on the logo. At least it's still a cool shot though. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.